it's Kelly and I'm back with another layout. Today I'm going to scrapbook this picture of my grandkids, and you can see I think Daddy's there. Mommy's actually pushing the stroller. She's the one taking the pictures. But if you look, it's the two little ones and then the two bigger ones are off in the distance riding their bikes. And when my daughter-in-law posted this, she posted it as our daily train. And I just thought that was really cute. So I mounted the photo on that blue pattern paper, which is Felicity Jane. And then actually all the paper here is Felicity Jane. I think everything I used here is Felicity Jane. It is, except for the alphabet I'm going to use. So I'll tell you if I know what the collection is. The journaling card that I'm using there that says Happy Little Moments comes from Felicity Jane Summer. Otherwise, it's all different Felicity Jane Summer pattern papers. So they don't have names. It's just a collection. So that's what that's all coming from. And I was so in love with that floral paper. I wanted to make sure that it featured really prominently, and I liked how the sunburst paper really brought your eye to that photo, even though the floral paper is really busy. So now I'm using some die cuts here. Like I have that little selfie arrow. That one is from the Caroline Cut-Aparts. And then I'm kind of inking everything. Felicity Jane papers are so light. I often really like to ink them. I ink a lot anyway, but especially these, because sometimes you lose the edges of the paper, or the edge here just seems really abrupt. And by adding in that ink, it just helps blend everything together a little bit. Now, I wasn't quite sure where this was going to land, so I know I want to cut a little bit more off that paper, but wasn't quite sure yet. That daily die cut is coming from the Felicity Jane Kate die cut shapes, just so that you've got that one. And then that little plaid strip that I'm working with there is from the Kate die cut shapes. It was just a little straight strip. I'm making it into a banner. Made a little bit more sense to me. The Felicity Jane die cuts are amazing because they're really thick. They're like almost a cross between a die cut and a chipboard piece. So then I have that puffy ampersand piece there, and that's from the Emmeline Charms, as is the Create, which is sitting above the daily. So I could call this like Create Daily, I don't know, Time or something like that, but I'm going to call it Daily Train. Then I'm adding in this little Today banner. It's a little tiny tag from the Zoe collection. I have a ton of them, as you can see to the left there. I think somehow I ended up with 2 packages of those when I really only, well, I don't even want to say the word needed, but one would have been fine. All right. So I'm kind of playing around with some more pieces here. And I have the cut-aparts there from Emmeline. And I'm going to punch that little heart. I love that little heart. So I just took my little 1-inch punch, and I'm going to pull that in, kind of layer it over that little happy space there. I'm loving the really deep corally orange color in this collection. I'm looking for an alpha now to do the word train. If I had had that orangey red, I probably would have used it, but I didn't. So I kind of looked to see if I could find anything in that. I did have a peachy color, but it would have blended right into the background. So now I'm going to take that selfie arrow and cut that apart. The other thing I love about Felicity Jane is the black and the black and white that she's known for. It's just a real pop with all the floral. It keeps it from being too overwhelming. I am looking at these chipboard pieces here from the summer collection. So I found a camera to label in with that heart. And then I did find that chipboard arrow, but didn't really like it once I kind of played around with it. That I found this little Zoe, from that Zoe Tiny Tags, again, that little love tag. I don't know if I've used any of these as like actual tags. It'd be cute if you could make a banner with them, but we all know that Kelly has banner issues. So I'm not making a banner out of them. And look at that. I blended kind of two different things for my title there. I like the way that ends up looking there. And they do have, these do have glue or adhesive on the back of them, but if I'm working with chipboard, I put glue on it because otherwise you find them all in the bottom of your page protector. And since these go to my stepkids, you know, if it's in my own page protector, I can repair that. Like I was in some of my older albums a couple weeks ago and had to do some repairs. I was looking through things because chipboard was falling off, because that was before we all knew how bad chipboard was, that it wouldn't last. And I actually live in a very humid climate, so it's got to be really bad if you live in dry climates. All right, grabbing my, just need to re-ink that, I need to ink that edge there. Okay, got that done. I'm so loving the way this turned out. I did do another Felicity Jane layout for Stash Bash, which is my series with Rachel Reynolds. That was our July 1st layout. And you can find, I have playlists for my layouts. So all my Stash Bash layouts are together in a playlist, so you can find that. I also have just my regular process videos are there as well too. I think I have one for my pandemic album. I have one for girl layouts and baby layouts and boy layouts. So lots of fun things to look through for inspiration if you're looking for specific inspiration. Now I am trying to figure out what to do. I want to do some sort of cluster at the bottom here. And I was thinking about using it with that create piece. Decided not to. I'm going to center that versus it was justified more to the left of the title at first. But I think it helps bring the title in. And now I'm looking at adding in some of these glitter asterisks, because I think it just helps bring, right now that alpha is kind of sticking out. So I've added one into that bottom cluster on the 3x4 card. The 3x4 card is where I will journal, and you'll see that in the still shots. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I could add this black down here. And I kind of like the way that looks then. Still playing around with that. Then I bring it up to the corner of the piece here, and I really like it, but I need something else up there to kind of ground it. I mean, it's fine. It's on the, I guess I don't have to ground it per se, but I wanted a little bit more emphasis on it. It was hanging out by itself. It needed some friends. So I found this label, like punched out die cut here from the Felicity Jane Emma Line die cut labels. And that's in that peachy color. So that works really well with the rest of the layout. Now, as I'm looking at this, it would have been nice to add a little bit more black up into that left corner with the asterisks, but hey, it's done, and that's a good thing, right? All right, guys, here's a still shot and a couple of detail shots. Hope you're all well, and I'll be back with another layout again soon. Bye, everybody.